Let's start by looking at one-step equations. The process for manipulating equations, particularly the one-step equations, such as t minus 4 equaling 13. I don't want to add 4 to both sides because typically when students add 4, they forget to do it at one point or another. It opens up the opportunity to make a sign mistake. The other idea is that with 3 terms, I don't want to move to 5 terms and then drop down to the answer. What I want to do is show that I can move this 4 over to the other side of the equation and simply change its sign. And so on my next line, I'm going to write t equals 13. We have a rule. Original terms are always written first. Migrating terms are written second. So this 4 comes over as a plus 4. It was migrating. It moved across the equals. When they move across the equals, when they move horizontally, you have to change your sign. And so the last step is quite simply to simplify. T will equal 13 plus 4, which is 17. Let's do another example of one-step equations. This time I'll say something like p minus negative 7 equals 15. Prior to moving any terms, you want to kiss the problem. Keep it simple, silly. So when I look at p minus negative 7, I recognize that it could be simplified as p plus 7 equaling 15. To get the variable by itself and positive, I can move this 7 across, so it becomes a migrating term. The 15 was originally there, so it will be written first. And so I could write p equals 15 minus 7. 15 minus 7 is 8, and so my final answer is p equals 8. Variable by itself, and solution to the other side. Let's do a couple problems where we look at multiplication and division. Maybe I have something like negative 3p equals 12. In order to solve this, it's what we've done for years. You divide both sides by the negative 3, and so p is negative 4. Positive divided by a negative gives a negative. Whatever your coefficient is what you should divide by. The question then arises, well, what happens if I have a fraction? Maybe I have something written like t over 3, which is the same as saying 1/3 t is equal to 11. Well, if you think of that as 1/3, the multiplicative inverse would be 3, and so I could multiply both sides by 3. If I multiply both sides by 3, I do it through this distribution. The 3's could cancel, and this becomes t, and then you have to distribute to the other side. 3 times 11 is 33. There's our first set of examples for one-step equations.